Greetings, everybody. It's tea time. Cheers. So today we are, let's see, I'm using my Give Thanks to the Lord cup, Psalms 107 and 1. We'll discuss my teas later. So first, today on our, what we're going to be talking about today, Ask the Aesthetician. That is our theme. And today, there's no filters. No, because today we're going to be talking about chemical peels. That is the subject. So chemical peels, why are they so terrifying? Well, I'll tell you why they're very terrifying for most people. You walk around looking like this, which is scary to a lot of people who are afraid to look ugly. It's also fear of the unknown. You know, you don't know how we can't you know, say exactly what's going to happen. So when you come into my office, if you ask me exactly how am I going to peel, you can tell me what you want, but a lot of times your skin is going to do what it wants to do, babe, and you're going to have to be fine with that. Also, Samantha from Sex and the City. Let's just be honest, that was terrifying. She was severely burnt. Whoever conducted that chemical peel should be slapped. Of course, it's made for TV. And at that time, chemical peels weren't as advanced as they are now. So we do have a little bit more control over what goes on in terms of the outcome, but most of it also has to do with you. So if we decide to do a chemical peel, there's a series of questions that have to be answered. If I can tell that you're not going to follow protocol, I probably will just sway you from even doing it because we can't run any risk. You have to be okay with your skin hanging off your face. You know what I mean? Look how terrifying that is. This is a good peel. You know, you have to sacrifice. If you want to look great and you don't want to have to wear makeup, this is what you do. You do chemical peels, you do your dermal infusions, you do your hydrofacials, you know, you do your, let's talk about skincare at home. Do you know some people, well, they just don't know what to do with themselves, and so they'll often make very poor decisions, you know, because they don't want to spend the money on a good skincare routine. Little do they know, if you do spend, you know, drop $160 on just a basic regimen, that product will last you for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So skincare isn't really the goals for today, but we're just here to kind of, I'm here dropping in just to show you what's going on. This is about day 4. This is what it looks like. So this is actually, you know, this is actually the, we're right in the middle of the fight right now. You know what I mean? So this is how it works, okay? Just to clarify. Day 1 and 2, you have the best skin of your life. You look flawless. You know how you look when you get a sunburn and your skin is real shiny and perfect? That's how you look when the chemical peel is first administered. By day 3, day 2 to 3 is when you start to see the cracks in the foundation surfacing, as I'd like to say. Day 4 is when, you know, every person is different. This goes back into that fear of the unknown, because we don't know if, we don't know how you're gonna peel, where you're gonna peel, if you're just gonna lightly flake, or if you're gonna really peel. You know what I mean? By day 5 and 6, it's the end of the middle of the fight. By day 7 and 8, you start to have just light flaking. Some other areas that had not begun peeling will be in full peel mode at that time. And then for the last 2 days, for about 9 and 10 is when you'll have light flaking, and it usually subsides. And then after that, you'll have light flaking for like throughout the next couple of days, but then your skin should just completely calm down, and you just have that brand new skin that's out. The whole process, you want to give yourself an allot 14 days. Very important to do that. Now, those people who are like my people, who are they have a little bit more activated melanocyte activity, you want to definitely give yourself 14 days. 14 days is the minimum for us. For everyone else, the standard is about 10 days. The reason why I say that is because we have more risk, because we have more pigment. In terms of melanocyte activity, there could be risk where if we don't follow directions, we could have hypopigmentation. We could have other issues related to pigment, okay, because it plays a part. This is just what it is, okay? And so now we're gonna move on. Okay, so people don't typically understand their skin. This is another reason why this goes back to the fear of the unknown. Why not? The reason why is because what works for you might not work for me. What works for me is not going to work for her or who or him. You know what I mean? We all have different skin types. I, for one, have very oily skin, so my skin's going to respond a little differently. Case in point, some areas of my face are peeling a little late because I have more grease in my skin. Where drier skins tend to go through this process quite quickly because their skin usually peels anyways if they're not wearing the proper moisturizer. And then people with normal to combination skin, that's most of the population, and you guys, I love you so much, but you make for a part of most of the issues that we see in terms of not listening, following directions, X, Y, and Z. Wanting things to work right away because you're accustomed to having flawless skin. I myself had cystic acne, boils all over my entire face, and I don't anymore. One of the reasons why I don't, chemical peels, and sticking to what works for me and my skin type, learning and understanding my skin type. Okay, so everyone thinks that they have, I already know what they're gonna say. Well, I had really bad acne, but I have really dry, sensitive skin. Like, that makes no sense. You know what I mean? And people get really touchy about, well, depending on where you live. I lived in New York for a long time, and now where I am now, people are really touchy about the silliest things. So you have to really dial back a bit, which I really don't like to do. But you have to be very, very delicate, because people get really delicate when they feel like they know what they know. And so that's one of the reasons why, because people just have it all wrong on what to do. They don't know what to do with themselves. Rules to remember when you're doing a chemical peel. Do you see how my face is falling off? Let it fall off. If you don't let it fall off, hyperpigmentation, hypopigmentation, big issues. Okay. Another rule to remember is stay as cold as possible. Heat will cause and can often induce hyperpigmentation and other adverse results. So stay as cold as possible. Cold showers. I know my people with highly activated melanocyte activity, clearly we are brown, so we in black, we hate being cold. We like heat on our body. Not for 14 days, babe. Especially within the first 10 days. Be in 5 to 10 days, stay as cold as possible. Another rule to remember, stay indoors, stay outside from the sun. Sunlight also can cause hyperpigmentation and adverse effects. Also, wrinkles, things like that. You should be wearing sunscreen anyway. Now, of course, you can go to work, you can walk your dog, just wear your sunscreen. Yeah. Also, this is a big thing. Stick to the regimen. Stick to the regimen that your esthetician provided for you. If you do not do that, we cannot guarantee results. Okay? And so if you're gonna lie about, we're gonna know, because we can we don't know how your skin is gonna peel, but I know what I'm looking at. If you come into my office and you haven't, let me tell you a little secret about estheticians. We let you guys go on, but if we ask you questions, we totally know when you're lying to us, because the face has a map. I can tell what you ate. I can tell what you often eat. I can tell what you do every day just by looking at your skin. And some things that I see, I keep to myself and I just let you guys talk. But then that lets me know how to treat you. You know what I mean? Some people are honest about things, but a lot of people lie. And so I just want you guys to know, public service announcement, your esthetician knows that you're lying. She's just being really nice to you. But she's going to help you out anyway, because that's why you're paying her, you know? So those are some rules to remember. Another thing, don't consume caffeine. Don't consume caffeine. If you're going to drink hot beverages, let it be herbal tea. And that brings me to my love. Morning tea, there's nothing like it. You can enjoy your cup of morning tea. Definitely after day 4, day 5, you can start to reintroduce caffeine into your diet. You won't really start ingesting caffeine again, but just wait for a couple of days. You don't want to do it while the skin is undergoing its transformation and while it's in its healing phase. Your skin's obviously very raw right now, so you want to sticking to the regimen is good because of that reason, because you're providing the skin things that you need. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Chemical peels, this is all about chemistry. If you don't understand the chemistry behind what's happening, stick to what your esthetician is saying. What you never ever want to do is go home and think that you know better and start reintroducing things to your skin. The only thing that you should be applying on your skin, aside from what your esthetician is telling you, I hate that these words are going to come out of my mouth, but Aquaphor is fine. Anything that's occlusive, you know what, instead of Aquaphor, I would recommend Sickle-Fate by Avin. If your esthetician didn't provide you with anything, stick with those post-treatment protocols. She's going to give you that. Your kit's going to have directions. You have to be a person that knows how to follow directions in order to get chemical peels. That alone takes the fear out of everything. Follow directions. Do all the step-by-steps. Follow them. Stick with them for 14 days. Your product should usually last you for about 14 days. The issue is that you guys like to sometimes use professional products as if it's like Neutrogena and Jergens, which that's not real skincare. That's not considered real skincare. So you don't glob on the product and then you're done with it in 2 days. Like, you need to use a small amount, and a little bit goes a long way, and layering helps. So layering on those products that the esthetician has given you for post-treatment, that's the way to go. When you're finished, you're gonna look fantastic. You're gonna look years younger. So these are some of the benefits of a chemical peel. Listen, I like to say it this way. It just hits the reset button. You get to start over from scratch. What else gives you that? You know what I'm saying? So fine lines, wrinkles, it addresses acne, scarring, it increases cellular turnover so that you're now resetting the way that the cells turn over like you did when you were like 18, child. Yes. Your skin is functioning better because all this dead stuff is gone. When you put all those expensive moisturizers that you use, now they work. Okay, so these are some things that you know, are very important to understand, and hopefully this will help you with your chemical peels. Another good thing to do while you're doing a chemical peel, this is a good time to do fasting. You know, you have to stay indoors, don't go outside in the sun, you know, various things. So if you are, it's the weekend, it's you know, your staycation, your quarantine, you know what I mean? This is your time to do your chemical peels. This is the time to get it in. You know, and fasting is a good time to do a chemical peel. If you're going to fast for a week, you know, or if you're going to fast for 2 weeks or a month, do a chemical peel in that time period, because you're going to be, you know, just go vegan for like 10 days. 4 to 10 days, do vegan diet, and you're fine, because that's going to help everything, or the new skin that you have there, to flourish, be better. You know, you're giving yourself good things. So that's that about chemical peels. If you have any questions, leave comments below. On to our tea. Today we have some dandelion. We've got a little jasmine green tea. We have a little, and then some nettles are in there too. And we have some female teas, like some Don Quai, you know, some things like that. Red raspberry, like, you know, little good things for the female yoni. I guess that's what people call it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm new with this. It's really weird doing this. I have never been one of those people who wants my face out in the world, and I see how people comment. I don't care, but this is fun. This is definitely something that I think that I will continue to do if I'm going to be on social media. Another good thing, I'm going to go ahead and start reading this book that I just got. It's the Book of Enoch. That's what I'm going to do for the rest of my day while we're quarantined. I am a Christian, so this is something that I think is interesting to read. You want to go outside of the Bible and read the books that are mentioned in the Bible to give you some more understanding. So I'm off to drinking my tea and reading my book. I've already read my little sword for the day. I got that in earlier. So if you have any other questions, let me know. Have a great rest of your day. Happy quarantining and happy peeling. Yeah.